We hope that you're staying safe and well during these very challenging times, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who's been affected by the pandemic, and especially those who have lost loved ones during this difficult time. I'm Evan Duell, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to Philanthropy Tank, Palm Beach County's 6th annual finals event. Philanthropy Tank was founded in 2015 in Palm Beach County. Our mission is to equip and empower the next generation of changemakers as they identify social issues that confront their local communities and develop sustainable programs and solutions to these issues. To date, we've awarded over 48 student teams and over $600,000 to implement their programs in areas such as human rights, environmental activism, and community development, where they've made a meaningful impact. In addition, 2/3 of all the programs we've started are still sustainable and operating today. Over half of those programs have acquired their 501c3 status. Now, this past November 2020, we welcomed Baltimore and our first class of changemakers in our new community. We look forward to continuing to expand Philanthropy Tank going forward as we develop a future generation of changemakers. Now, helping with our efforts are Thais and David Vogel of the Volo Foundation. Thais and David have been watching Philanthropy Tank since its inception. And as innovators, the Volo Foundation has made a very generous gift that will enable us to develop a sustainable plan for expansion and increase our alumni engagement as our changemakers grow beyond their high school years. We are grateful for their support of Philanthropy Tank. I'm pleased to introduce Wendy Oliver, Program Director of the Volo Foundation.
Thank you, Evan. Volo Foundation is happy to be part of the finals event festivities. After watching the first finals event, we were inspired to help student program Boundless Dreams create a playground with access for youth with special needs. Volo Foundation is pleased to support Philanthropy Tank's Changemakers. Advancing future generations is a solid investment, and we are proud to be part of the effort to mentor and inspire our young people as they create solutions to some of our greatest community challenges. Philanthropy Tank provides a rare opportunity for students to be innovative and think beyond their own lives, making the world a better place. On behalf of Volo Foundation trustees Thais Lopez Vogel and David S. Vogel and the entire team at Volo Foundation, we congratulate each of the student finalists for their vision and wish them luck as they get ready for their presentations.
We are grateful to all of our sponsors and annual partners. We also want to thank our generous investors and mentors, our Student Grant Review Committee, our coaches, and our entire Philanthropy Tank team. And of course, our finalists. For their passion, creativity, and care for our Palm Beach County community. It's my pleasure to now introduce Amy Brand, Philanthropy Tank's Chief Executive Officer, who will introduce tonight's program. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to the 6th annual finals event celebrating our youth changemakers. You're going to hear from this year's class of student finalists. It's been a pleasure getting to know all these caring, outstanding individuals. And just like the programs they're pitching, these students are extremely impressive. We congratulate them for their initiative and preparation for tonight's presentations. During the program, you'll hear from some of our alumni, as well as some of our previous philanthropist investors. All will share why they engaged in Philanthropy Tank and what they've gained from their individual experiences. A special thanks goes to the many individuals who've assisted behind the scenes to prepare our students for this program. Julie Rowe, who rehearsed with the students. Thanks also goes to our Philanthropy Tank team, Matthew, Corey, and Joanne. Thank you for your dedication and passion to our vision and mission. Thank you to our incredible philanthropist investor mentors. Julie Fisher Cummings has dedicated over 40 years to civic leadership, both locally and nationally. She also serves as the board chair of the Community Foundation of Palm Beach and Martin Counties. This is Julie's 4th time serving as a philanthropist investor, Evan Jewell is the Senior Managing Director at Bernstein's private client practice in West Palm Beach. He is co-founder and the board president of Philanthropy Tank. This is Evan's second time serving as a philanthropist investor. For over 20 years, Frances Fisher has dedicated her service to the growth and betterment of the Palm Beach community. In honor of Mrs. Fisher's advocacy for women in leadership and dedication to educational advancement for female students, Palm Beach Atlantic University established the Frances Fisher Scholars of Public Policy program in 2014. This is Frances's first year serving as a philanthropist investor. Eric Kelly is the president of the Quantum Foundation. He is also a board member of the Economic Council of Palm Beach County. This is Eric's first time serving as a philanthropist mentor. After watching our program, we hope you too will be inspired by our students and motivated to make a change in your community.
I am Bill Meyer, and I had the pleasure of helping to launch Philanthropy Tank in its first year and served as a philanthropist investor for years 1 and 2. It has been exciting to see 5 years of student changemakers and their impactful programs. I cannot wait to see what the year 6 students bring to the table. Please join me as I welcome tonight's first finalist group, Orange Math Tutoring.
My name is Pierre and I attend Spanish River High School. My partners are Sophie, Eric, and Aiden, who attend Spanish River and American Heritage High School, respectively. Our project is Orange Math Tutoring. Imagine growing up in an environment where classrooms are overcrowded, teachers are overworked, and instruction is often not offered in your native tongue. Worse, when you interact with your peers in after-school programs, scholastic achievement is socially ridiculed, further compounding the effects of an already feeble learning atmosphere. Having grown up as an English-speaking student in Haiti, I am no stranger to this. Unfortunately, this is the same situation that hundreds of Hispanic and Haitian students throughout South Florida find themselves in. It's no wonder the odds are stacked against them.
We have identified standardized mathematics exam preparation as the most fruitful endeavor to help these students. Professor George Duncan of Northwestern University corroborates that because of the various neural pathways formed during mathematics instruction, standardized mathematics exams are considered the most predictive of subsequent achievement outcomes. This is especially important in Palm Beach County, as data from our public school district indicates that 45% of elementary schools failed to reach third grade FSA mathematics benchmarks in 2019.
We currently tutor bi-weekly at the Kids at Work Learning Center and For the Children Daycare, where we offer tutoring in English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole to 1st through 5th graders. Already this summer at For the Children, we increased diagnostic test scores by up to 44% on average after a 21-day intensive session. We need your help to provide these students with an even more individualized learning experience. In a classroom of 25 students, many teachers find it difficult to devote quality time to each child. By using an iPad application such as ClassKick, tutors can follow along with the work of each student as they're completing a problem and provide immediate feedback, ultimately counteracting the problems that surface with high student-teacher ratios. A tailored learning experience will enable us to correct the educational disparities that prevent hundreds of students in our community from reaching their full potential. Some of our big-ticket purchases include Common Core workbooks, iPads for instruction, and Chromebooks for web-based learning. In total, we are asking for $14,800.
We plan to sustain our project by starting clubs at FAU and Atlantic High School to be formalized by fall of this year, with the help of Amon and Reet Veek, 2 existing members of Orange Math. Additionally, as a member of Spanish River's Early Childhood Program, I intend to work closely with the program director to solidify volunteering with Orange Math as a means for my peers to satisfy the Early Childhood Program's requirement of 400 community service hours from working with young children. Thank you for your time. Are there any questions?
Congratulations, guys. Pierre, Sophie, Eric, Aiden, great job. Love the presentation, love the work you're doing, even before, obviously, Philanthropy Tank. So wonderful. I guess the thing I'd like to know is, When, other than funding, where else do you think you can get some benefit from Philanthropy Tank?
Other than funding, I think we could get some guidance in terms of dealing with background checks, because we've had an issue where we go into a certain place and some places require background checks, some places don't. So maybe developing like a formalized system as to maybe figuring out like which tutors should get background checks, stuff like that. Basically just formalizing and streamlining our organization, as we know that Philanthropy Tank has a ton of experience in the nonprofit sector.
If I may add on to that, I'm aware that our investors and mentors and everyone involved with Philanthropy Tank has a wide reservoir of experiences that I think we could definitely benefit from as far as mentorship and just on a more case-to-case or maybe just big picture kind of viewpoint.
Wonderful job. I was hoping that you could explain what other measures you might be taking to keep your instructors and students safe.
We, of course, require everyone to wear a mask, implement social distancing as far as like a 6 feet distance between everyone. Moreover, we, of course, require that tutors wash their hands before tutoring.
Have you thought about expanding your program to other community partners? And if so, what would be their role?
Recently, we've been in contact with the Florence and Fuller Center. We have to work through a few background checks just to get everything on board with them. And then I know Sophia is definitely working a lot with her personal school, and there's a program there that she's involved with. And we're also just working with expanding with kids at different high schools and bringing it to their surrounding areas.
What is your sustainability plan? Have you engaged your peers in becoming part of this initiative?
As a member of Spanish River's Early Childhood Program, I plan to work closely with the program director to make Orange Math tutoring a way for my peers to gain the required 400 community service hours working with young children by senior year.
Thanks for the answers. We look forward to talking to you later.
I'm Michael Kohner, co-founder of Philanthropy Tank. I had the pleasure of serving as a philanthropist investor for year 5. It's just amazing to see the students develop their programs from just an idea to a thriving social impact enterprise, delivering needed services to the community and helping to enrich lives. I now have the distinct pleasure to introduce our next group this evening, Student Body Health.
My name is Alexis Barty. I am an 11th grade student at G-Star School of the Arts and the founder of Student Body Health, which is an educational platform for the student community to improve the mental and physical prosperity of our students. Students are actively sitting in the same spot for 7 hours a day. Regardless of if you are in person or online, your student spine is screaming. So here we have an introduction of how we promote poor physicality within the student community. And poor physicality results in poor mentality. So much so that the American Psychological Association claims 20% of our students, including the high school generation, to be diagnosed with anxiety and depression, while the CDC recommends exercise and nutrition as a way to solve this problem. Student Body Health is actively providing information to the student community through social media, such as Instagram, YouTube, and our podcast outreach. However, we want to incorporate the interactive aspect with the student to promote their better physicality. Our Yoga for Youth outreach incorporates my collaborator, Namaste Yoga, and the youth of Palm Beach County for our virtual and in-person Yoga for Youth sessions. To make the student body health dream to succeed, we are asking for $11,445 with an additional 46 cents. That would be put to the health of our students from the wealth of Philanthropy Tank. Student Body Health is one of the very first Philanthropy Tank organizations to incorporate social media in order to centralize mental health awareness. And in order to complete our Student Body Health mission, we are sustaining our Student Body Health goal of providing information to the community of Palm Beach County with my leadership positions that I currently hold in high school. I have connections to the younger generations of my student community that want to succeed in their nutritional and mental and physical health. So being a student, I know what students want, and students want someone to tell them what is right. So Student Body Health is here to help our student community through social media, yoga, and Philanthropy Tank organization. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Alexis, thank you for such an exuberant presentation in a much needed area of the world and in our student community today. We know you've spoken about your plans to use yoga as a model and improving mental health through that. Have you also considered ways that you're going to bring healthy eating habits into your program?
My social media platforms through Student Body Health on Instagram and all other Twitter and Facebook and social media incorporates the nutritional awareness. I am actively collaborating with the Palm Beach County School Board Nutritional Department. Pre-COVID, I would go to events incorporating nutrition and activating awareness for the student body, more specifically to the middle school students of Palm Beach County, which is where I realized how the demand is so high.
In terms of your budget, you've allocated a third of it to rent at a yoga studio. Have you thought of ways you might reduce this cost?
I have, and I've also thought of ways to allot the cost as how I currently am, because I've done a lot of research into what we need at the moment. I needed space to social distance, which is why the cost is extensive, and I feel that the space in which I have created is collaborating with my current Namaste Yoga nonprofit, which is beside the Palm Beach County School Board, another collaborator of Student Body Health. The cost is solely for the rent. However, because I have the collaboration with Namaste Yoga, in which I would be using their space, they have volunteered instructors to come and teach students for my Yoga for Youth program.
Thank you for your beautiful spirit and your enthusiasm for our community and our youth.
My name is Caitlin Macias, and I am the founder of Equal and Empowered, a program dedicated to embracing equality and promoting self-worth and expression among young people. Since starting the program, I've graduated from William & Mary and am now following a nonprofit career, most recently working with the Community Foundation for Palm Beach and Martin Counties and a national human trafficking organization, World Without Exploitation. I'm now mentoring a recent group of Philanthropy Tank students, and I'm pleased to say that I've helped develop a new group of leaders who are continuing to help my founding program thrive. With your contribution to Text to Give, you can help support changemakers like me.
I'm Larry Stern. I served as a philanthropist investor in year 4 and have helped young entrepreneurs bring STEM learning opportunities to low-income students. Philanthropy Tank programs have an amazing success rate, with over 65% of Year 1 programs still operating today. Not only are students learning how to start a program, they're learning vital lessons in operational sustainability. As the former chair and CEO of a biotech, please join me in welcoming our next group of student finalists, Boundless Biotech.
My name is Tawfiq Ronak, and I am one of your co-founders. My other fellow co-founders are Mani Mahani, Akash Muthu, and Janil Chakshi. We are all upperclassmen at Suncoast High School, and our program is Boundless Biotech.
Boundless Biotech is a program that aims to educate and mentor low-income students seeking a career in the field of biomedical engineering and biotechnology.
What inspired the development of Boundless Biotech? A tragic moment occurred in my time in Galathea Village Hospital in Bangladesh the summer of 2019. I remember working the 10 p.m. shift and seeing 4 patients rush to the ER. I was terrified. Over the next few days, many more patients came in with the same issue, irregular heart arrhythmia. Later that day, I visited Galathea College and talked with the local biotech dean there. And he told me the problem was caused by defective pacemakers designed by the inexperienced bioengineers. I quickly realized how valuable field experience really is, especially to students at a young age. We at Boundless Biotech want to provide these resources and experience to the students that need it the most. Our vision was at Palm Beach Lakes High School.
92% of students at Palm Beach Lakes High are considered low-income students. Imagine you're a student at Palm Beach Lakes High, and you have a passion for biology and computer science. but you can't pursue these passions because you don't have a computer at home or any sophisticated lab equipment. This is the position that students currently enrolled in the biotech program at Palm Beach Lakes High are in. They don't have the resources necessary to gain a good experience in the field, especially since they lost their computer lab due to a lack of funding. Boundless Biotech aims to provide these resources to students at Palm Beach Lakes High, as well as at any schools we collaborate with in the future.
In order to best support low-income students in starting a career in biotechnology, we're planning to provide the students with one-on-one mentors, lending out Windows computers to the students since they're currently limited to Chromebooks, purchasing lab equipment, and anything else we can provide these students with. We are currently partnered with a multitude of institutions, including Duke Universities, who's providing us with mentors, Johns Hopkins, who's providing us with curriculum materials on top of mentors, Palm Beach Lakes, where we're launching our first collaborative project, along with other establishments. We plan to utilize these partnerships and more in order to best and most effectively aid low-income students pursuing a career in the field of biomedical engineering and biotechnology.
There are many different resources that students at low-income schools could benefit from. In order for biotech students to excel, there is an especially large need for coding courses, software licensing, laptops, lab kits, and other materials. Altogether, we are asking for $13,500 in order to help these low-income students properly pursue a career with the amount of education and experience that is necessary. With your financial support and mentorship, we can help students from low-income backgrounds get the resources they need to succeed in the biomedical engineering field in the future. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
Gentlemen, it's such a pleasure to get a chance to be here with you. How do you plan to sustain your program since all but one of you is a senior?
The first thing we're going to do is start a club at Suncoast for Philanthropy Tank. I'm going to be the president of that club. It's most likely going to start next year when after the seniors of the group graduate. And while I'm residing over the club at Suncoast, the college freshmen are going to be actively seeking out mentors at their universities to add to the program for our students. Before I graduate, I'll elect a new president and the cycle will just keep on continuing.
Could you elaborate a little on your partnerships and who will be teaching the courses?
We have gotten Johns Hopkins' curriculum for biomedical engineering. We're planning to implement that along with our courses. We're also having a selection process for mentors at Johns Hopkins and Duke. And we're also getting mentors from the club at Suncoast that we're starting. We'll have the students be taught by mentors and us in coordinates with the school's biotechnology program. We're currently starting at Palm Beach Lakes' biotech program. So the faculty there, along with our mentors that we're getting, will be teaching the program.
I'm trying to understand a little bit more about how you sort of monitor progress with the schools, with the kids, and then adjust on the fly.
We do have pre-tests and post-tests that don't affect students' grades. They're just kind of to view their progress throughout the course. For example, if their coding grades are lower than average or than their other sections, we may focus more on coding and teaching them MATLAB and LabVIEW. Just kind of putting more focus towards certain areas of the course as the program goes along based on our pre-test and post-test throughout the course.
Right. And Janelle, so that you and the club will be monitoring that, not the,
yes.
the mentors.
Yes.
What would you look for from us as a philanthropist investor?
Making new connections and new partnerships, because as the program expands, we are going to need more resources available to us, and you guys would definitely help us make those connections.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
I'm John Scarpa. To develop what I consider entrepreneurial opportunities for young men and women of high school age, the opportunity to be able to create their own programs, sunscreen awareness, horseback riding for challenged children. And I'd like to introduce Better Youth Group and their ideas for teen juvenile system opportunities for young men and women.
My name is Gabrielle Williams, and I am a 12th grader at Palm Beach Gardens High School.
And my name is Olivia Gale, and I'm an 11th grader at Palm Beach Lakes High School.
And we are Better Youth. Our motto is inspiring young minds to be the best you can be. First, I would like to briefly discuss Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which states that in order for one to be the best versions of themselves, or to reach that level of self-actualization, they must have a sense of love and belonging. This is especially true for young people. As teenagers, we often crave that sense of belonging, and that is why our program, Better Youth, targets those in the juvenile justice system who may often lack those feelings of love and belonging. We intend to do this by providing services that allow these youth to be the best that they can be through teaching aspects such as financial literacy, life skills, and spiritual prosperity.
In Palm Beach County, juvenile arrests have hit a number of 2,643 in the past year alone. Juvenile intake in the same year has consisted of 1,388 youth, with only 484 youth actually leaving with probation. In addition to that, the number of males are significantly higher than that of females, and the number of minority groups are disproportionately higher as well, with Black youth contributing 791 individuals and Hispanic youth contributing 263 individuals. These statistics are especially important because studies have shown that once a young person makes a mistake and is put into the system, it becomes easier for them to make those same mistakes in their adult life. This is why our program aims to provide services and trainings so that they can better themselves and hopefully avoid making the same mistakes in the future.
Our program will be held on a monthly basis and emphasize the importance of financial literacy and life skills, as well as the opportunity to earn certifications, such as Microsoft certifications and CPR training, which will be held seasonally. These youth will also be rewarded community service hours for their efforts. The social change we hope that will occur is the reduction of Palm Beach County students in the juvenile system, the bettering of these youth, as well as reaching that level of self-actualization. Our community partners, such as Pace Center for Girls and Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, allow us to execute our program in a way that will be very effective in tackling an issue that is often overlooked.
Some of the larger, more significant parts of our budget include our Zoom subscriptions, which we will use to communicate with the students because we still are in a global pandemic, the laptops, which the students will use to obtain their certifications, as well as the certifications themselves. Our total finances requested is $11,658.68.
The way we intend to sustain our program is through the incorporation of an after-school club, connecting with our community partners that were previously mentioned, as well as sustaining our program financially with fundraising and grants. Our status quo will be transformed by building self-confidence and growth mindsets, encouraging and increasing the likelihood of post-secondary education and trade school, and most importantly, decreasing the likelihood of repeat offenses.
Thank you for listening to our pitch. Do you have any questions?
Ladies, your program is so incredible. I have a question, though, for you. What agreement have you established with the juvenile detention system and Pace Center for Girls?
Starting with Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, we've partnered with two ladies who've been amazing, Miss Sherlon and Miss Marcia. They have agreed to partner with us in helping us have students in our program, as well as if we do decide that we are going to go back in person, they've also agreed that we'd be able to use the facility that they also use for their classes as well.
Very powerful program with tremendous potential impact. Could you talk a little bit more about how you plan on measuring impact?
Surveys and what they think has benefited them, or how our program has impacted them, whether or not it has impacted them. We plan to also measure it through our certifications as well.
The certifications and the trainings, there is an end goal for those, and it is a process. So they complete one task and then they complete another, and then in the end, they will obtain the certifications. So that is one way that we plan to measure it.
Are there other resources that you plan to provide to the students in addition to what we've heard about?
Along with the certifications, we hope to have life skills and job training, such as, communication skills and soft skills that they will need to help them in the future, as well as financial literacy. That's our main focus because financial literacy is a very important subject that everyone should know.
Are there other partners that you're engaging, and on what basis would you be engaging them?
We do intend and plan on having more partners and engaging other opportunities with other groups, such as the Youth Empowerment Center, who we are planning to reach out to in the future. We also want to have banks as well work with us, because since we're doing financial literacy, that would be a great opportunity to have banks support our program because they love things like that. So we do hope to have more partners.
Ladies, thank you for your ingenuity and passion to help this population of young women.
I'm Abby Stein, and I am delighted to be here. Philanthropy Tank is an enormously wonderful organization. Young people provide fantastic social projects that help their communities. I am also delighted to introduce our next group, the Digital Edge Group. I think you will find them very, very exciting.
My name is Ashwin Parthasarthi.
And my name is Sarik Shah. We're both 11th graders at American Heritage School of Boca del Rey, and the name of our project is Digital Edge. Digital Edge is an organization that aims to provide computers and laptops to students from underprivileged families in Palm Beach County. We want to help bridge the digital divide and give students access to online education. We believe education is each person's right, and we want to do all we can to make sure everyone who wants to learn has the ability and resources to do so, especially if it's something as simple as a computer. I'm a tennis player, and it's like being asked to play tennis without a tennis racket. Maybe you could still play with your hand or another item, but you would not be able to compete with those that have access to a racket.
The current global pandemic has only highlighted the disparities in computer access that exist within our nation. According to the 2018 U.S. Census Bureau, approximately 9.1% of households in Palm Beach County lack access to a single computer or laptop. This translates to 50,000 households in our county alone, which does not account for multiple students within a household. To put this into perspective, the size of 50,000 households translates to that taken up by 2,200 football fields, showing how geographically large this issue is in our county. We plan on taking a three-step approach to implement our program. First, we will collect donations of gently used computers from large corporations and local donors in our community. After receiving donations of computers, we will examine and inspect each device to determine their quality. Computers in need of minor repairs will be fixed with the assistance of volunteers from our school, whereas computers in need of major repairs, such as hardware and software malfunctions, will be sent to external technicians.
Next, we will install essential educational software on each computer to ensure students can utilize them for online schooling. Finally, we will distribute these computers to students through the help of the Achievement Centers for Children and Families, who will allow us to maximize our program's outreach. We will also provide online classes on technical literacy to students to ensure they can properly utilize their computers, as well as posting these lessons to our website. For our budget, we are allocating $7,050 to computers with major issues that must be fixed by external technicians. And we are allocating $625 toward repair kits for the volunteers that can be used to fix computers with only minor issues. In addition, $6,450 is allocated to computer necessities such as malware protection and educational software. In total, we're asking for $14,725.
Sustainability is a big part of our program. We want to make sure our organization runs with the same intensity we aim for after we go to college. We have already reached out to younger students who are part of our school's Future Business Leaders of America Club and plan on actively engaging with them to ensure they have the knowledge necessary to continue Digital Edge following our departure. In addition, we will continue our partnerships with the Achievement Centers and other corporations to make sure we have access to computer donations and the ability to locate students in need. Ultimately, we hope that our program can help bridge the digital divide and make a positive impact in our community by providing students with the resources they need to access essential educational opportunities and become the most successful versions of themselves. Thank you for your time, and we will now be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Ashwin and Sarik, great job. I think you've identified a real need in the community and love the passion that you're bringing to the program. And I think it's wonderful. There's a lot of cost associated with repairing the computer. So what kinds of partnerships have you looked at to potentially offset some of those costs for some of those repairs?
We have talked to Decision One, which is an IT infrastructure company that has many assets and highly skilled technicians who would be able to repair our computers. And we believe that the cost that they're giving to us is one of the lowest out of all our research. And we believe that that is the most efficient way to fix the computers that we are given.
Could you describe what types of courses you plan to teach, and are there various levels to the courses?
Introductory computer courses through pre-recorded videos that we plan on posting on our website. And by doing this, we will give students an opportunity to become familiar with their device and understand the basics on how to, such as access online class or turn in an assignment. And then we also plan on providing smaller, shorter videos on condensed topics.
Could you give examples of what those topics might be?
Creating a Zoom account or creating a Gmail account. I'm giving them walkthrough instructions on how they could set up an account to access Google Classroom, which is a tool that many schools use for turning in assignments. Ways for students to correct their computer configurations so they can maximize the output of their computer, because this is something that's quite foreign to students that have never worked with a computer.
What criteria do eligible students have to meet to receive a computer from you?
Our priority is to focus on the Palm Beach County area. And we want to make sure that the students who don't already have access to computers get that access to computers and educational tools. So there are no specific restrictions, but we want to make sure that the kids who do not have already access to computers and need that access to reach their dreams and their goals in school, they are the first on the list to receive those.
Our target audience is mainly students from K through 12, students that are in low-income households and households that likely don't have access to a computer. The location of students in need will be aided through our partnerships, such as the Achievement Centers, as these centers work closely with these students and can actively identify new students that come in that pose these problems, such as lack of computer access or technological disparities.
Can you expand a little bit on your reasoning for fixing or major repairs for computers?
We will work with our volunteers to identify the quality of that computer. So say a computer has major hardware issues or a cracked screen, it's not sustainable for students to use properly. These computers are the ones that we will use for major repairs to ensure that students have high quality computers.
Great job. I think the program's wonderful, and thank you again for your answers.
My name is Noah Rubin, and I am a Year 3 awardee and founder of CanCode. I'm a senior at Donna Klein Jewish Academy and will be attending the University of Pennsylvania next year. CanCode is a program that teaches coding to at-risk elementary schoolers. And since our inception, we've expanded to over 10 youth centers, taught over 350 students, and engaged over 20 volunteer teachers. We even pivoted to teaching online because of the pandemic. My program received national attention, and in 2020, I was a proud recipient of the Dillerteen Tikkun Olam Awards. Tikkun Olam is the Jewish value of repairing the world, and I am so proud to say that I have assisted in helping young people around me get excited about something that they may not otherwise have gotten the opportunity to even learn about. Many students even go above and beyond and learn more about coding on their own after the workshops have ended. One student even made a Facebook group for Scratch where kids could go and put on their projects and share ideas and learn more coding after the workshops had ended. Philanthropy Tank was an integral part of my success, and by making a donation through the text to give, you'll be helping other teens like me to make an impact in their communities. Thank you.
I'm Eric Becker. I served as a philanthropist investor for the first year of Philanthropy Tank. It's been my pleasure to support our future changemakers and watch Philanthropy Tank grow. The vision and drive of these young people is truly inspiring. Please join me in welcoming our next group, Fridges for Life.
My name is Yasmin Lopez. I am an 11th grader at Lakewood High School. My program is called Fridges for Life. Fridges for Life is a program that encourages stores, restaurants, farmers, and community to donate and access food they do not use so it can be stored in community fridges at Palm Beach County. Why is this necessary? Since the start of COVID-19, many families have lost their jobs. This has led them to seek assistance from food insecurity organizations. Community fridges are a recent solution to the problem. They have appeared across the nation in places like New York City and Miami. They are placed in high traffic areas. Here are some key facts. The Palm Beach Post reports unemployment in Palm Beach County hit a record high of 13.9% in April of 2021. This led families to struggle to put food on the table. According to Feeding America, millions of pounds of food or thrown away each year. Fridges for Life seeks to keep this food from being wasted. In 1999, President Clinton signed the Good Samaritan Food Donation Act. This law encourages food donations and protects against liability. It is important to mention because my program deals with food, how Fridges for Life work. We currently have an agreement from the Guatemala Maya Center and the Sacred Heart Catholic Church to place a fridge at their locations. We will continue to search for other locations to place them. Some of the items that can be placed in a fridge include fresh fruits and vegetables, non-perishable canned goods, fresh store-baked foods, items that will not be acceptable, home-cooked meals, dairy products, open cans, and bags. I am asking for a total of $13,600 for my program. Some of my main purchases include custom signs that will detail the Fridges for Life rules, a computer to design designs, and 15 fridges that will be donated. To sustain my program, I will create a club at Lakewood High School that will provide Fridges for Life for years to come. Fridges for Life goal will be placed 10 to 15 fridges across Palm Beach County during the next year. Thank you. Are there any questions I can answer for you about my program?
Hi, Yasmin. Thank you again for what you are doing. Regarding your sustainability, do you have anyone else at the moment working with you to help implement your program? And if not, what is your plan to recruit more students to help with your mission?
I currently have friends helping with my program, but I do plan to build my volunteer program by opening a club at Lakewood High School.
What criteria, if any, do community partners have to meet to place a community fridge at their location?
So a new location must be first have a plan in places for who will clean and who will look after the fridges. Usually a volunteer will take this role. I also require new locations to be in high traffic areas and in low-income communities.
What steps will you take to promote donations from the community, Yasmin?
I will start off by reaching out to local groceries chains around the county. These include Publix, Walmart, and Target. I will then reach out to local restaurants and farmers around the places my fridges are located. And finally, I will reach out to the communities to promote donations to non-perishable items.
I don't have any questions, Yasmin, but congratulations. I love the need that you've identified in the community and a meaningful way to help people that are less fortunate. And I wish you a lot of luck going forward.
Thank you.
Yasmin, again, we can't thank you enough for what you're doing. It's such an important topic or need in our county. So thank you for what you're doing. We appreciate your time.
Thank you too.
I'm Christine Stiller, and I've served as a philanthropist investor 3 times. Each experience has offered an opportunity to develop relationships with some wonderful young philanthropists. These students are leading important efforts to address big issues facing our communities. Our last student finalist group is also striving to lead in efforts to create change. Please welcome Steminist.
Hi, my name is Talia Givoni. I am a junior at Spanish River High School, and I am a proud Steminist. So what is Steminist? Steminist is a cross between STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and feminist. So the goal of Steminist, the pitch, is to build confidence in girls in the foster care system. So as a woman pursuing a career in STEM myself, I have unfortunately faced discrimination. A key story that inspires me even to this day, even though it was unfortunate, is when I was in middle school, I was so excited to join the math team. This was a hand-selected team by the top math teacher in the school. And a set of team parents, in a sense, met the entire team. All was good. It was a team of all guys and me. And then they met me, looked me up and down, and had the audacity to say to my face, we should have a tryouts. I was appalled, and my teacher was appalled. This was extremely discriminatory and offensive. Unfortunate stereotyping like this can be felt not only across gender, but race, ethnicity, and even age. So I want to make the difference in the lives of our young girls by opening their minds to not only the fields of STEM, but also building confidence in them for the rest of their lives and supporting them in their goals. Why does this matter? So across all STEM fields, only 27% of workers are female. And across any field, 64% of women have claimed to face microaggression in the workplace. Microaggression can fall under the terms of sexual harassment or commentary for lower level positions and any type of discrimination and derogatory commentary or feelings. And in the foster care system, in the traditional setting, only 50% will graduate from high school and only 3 to 11% will obtain a bachelor's degree. So how do we empower STEMinists? As the president of the Spanish River High School Steminist Club, my team and I host monthly meetings via Zoom due to COVID, of course, this year, with girls in the foster care system. We're partnered up with Students Speak Up for Kids Palm Beach County, an organization that creates opportunities for girls and all children in the foster care system in Palm Beach County. And so we have monthly meetings that are split into 2 segments, a STEM activity such as Coding 101, chemistry or architecture, and then empowerment activity, such as I Am Proud of My Name, empowerment jewelry making, and identity mapping. So the budget. The total requested amount is $14,050. Some of the key points where this comes from is the Nikon camera and tripod bundle for $1,300, packaging and shipping to the girls. We'll be sending a kit in the mail with the monthly supplies and materials and some swag for the girls. And so the shipping is around $3,000 and the actual supply kits are going to be around $5,000. Our sustainability plan is that the club is already active at Spanish River High School, and some of our younger officers, including my vice president, who will take over, are younger. So they will continue the Steminist program. Some of our key goals include increased self-esteem, greater participation. We'd like to create and develop and inspire as many Steminists as possible. We want to encourage these girls to desire to explore STEM occupations specifically, and just emphasize focusing on their future and education and confidence in general. Thank you for listening to my presentation about Steminist. Does anyone have any questions?
Talia, so wonderful to hear your presentation. You've identified a very important need. Could you say a bit more about your reason behind working with young girls in the foster care system?
I think it's very important in the culture that we live in to start at an early age with empowerment and putting them on a track for education and female empowerment specifically. So I think with this specific target group, they need the extra confidence and the extra support, and I think it can make the difference the rest of their lives starting at such a young age.
Could you give us an example of an activity you would do in your class?
Usually my classes are split into 2 segments. So we start with a science activity. So last week we actually did one of our meetings and we did a vinegar and baking soda balloon inflation, and we talked about chemistry, and then we will tie into a woman in STEM spotlight. So we talked about Marie Curie because she is a famous chemist, and then we will go into a female empowerment activity. So one of my favorites that we made empowerment jewelry, such as we had the girls color and write on construction paper little messages like, I am smart, I am beautiful, I can do anything. And we turn these into bracelets and necklaces that the girls can wear.
Behind me, there's a picture of my daughter. So I absolutely love the work that you're doing. And I will tell you, she's actually interested in working with girls, particularly in the foster care system. So I love what you're doing. In your budget, Talia, you have a $3,000 line item for shipping. Could you tell us a little bit more about that cost?
Okay, so the idea behind these classes, especially, they're designed to go via Zoom because of the pandemic. And so based on the girls that we will be targeting, it's very hard to have like a pickup location, and that'll be logistically difficult to have their guardian come and get the supplies. So we thought it'd be really fun for the girls to receive a package in the mail with the supplies for that week's meeting, as well as some little swag to make them feel connected. And so to send like a full package, shipping is a little bit higher.
Talia, congratulations. I love your passion. I don't have any questions, but I am impressed. I think you're starting at the right age with a population very much in need and focused on empowerment and tremendous growth for these young women. So congratulations on everything you've done so far, and good luck going forward.
Thank you. And thank you to you all as well for your time and consideration and your questions.
I am Christina Linder. Art for the Soul became a reality in 2019, year 4 of the annual finals event. I wanted to bring my passion for music and the arts to young children who otherwise would not have had an opportunity to play an instrument or express themselves through the arts. Since our inception, we have impacted over 200 kids' lives. It has been inspiring to assist young people like Lupita. Lupita always drew a little pink house in her art classes, and we eventually found out that this little pink house was actually her home in Mexico. One day, cartel members pinned a note to her home threatening her and her siblings' life unless their parents paid them off. This is when they had to flee to the US and abandon their little pink house. Without the assistance of my mentor and Philanthropy Tank, I would not have had the opportunity to help people like Lupita. Please help us assist a new generation of changemakers by making your donation to the text give number shown on the screen. Thank you.
Our philanthropist investors are now deliberating over who are going to be awarded funding and mentoring. While you cheer on our 7 groups of student finalists, don't forget to vote for the fan favorite on social media. We're also asking for your support to continue empowering young leaders like those you've seen during the program. Please text to the number on your screen. You will have the opportunity to make a donation and help support the Philanthropy Tank mission of empowering our next round of changemakers. We thank you in advance for your donation. We're now ready to hear tonight's results from our Philanthropist Investor Mentors.
Pierre, Sophie, Eric, and Aiden, I'm really excited to be working with you as your mentor. I think the impact you're making in the community is absolutely fabulous. And I'm going to give $6,000 to support your efforts and work with you.
I'm going to add $1,500 to that for your fabulous program.
I think it's a wow. I'm going to add $1,500.
And listen, I can't be left out of this. I'm going to add an additional $1,500.
So investment from all the philanthropists, which is great, $10,500. Can't wait to get started with you. Thank you for all your efforts so far and in advance for the work we're going to do together.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alexis, we were so inspired by your creative energy and your enthusiasm for addressing a pressing need for health and well-being. I am very pleased to mentor you, so thrilled and honored to work with you and support you for $5,000.
So much. That's incredible.
Wait, Alexis, I'm going to add 2,000.
Really? Wow, thank you.
Alexis, congratulations. We're thrilled to contribute $7,000 towards your initiative.
Thank you all. That's incredible.
Great work.
Congratulations.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Well, gentlemen, I have the privilege of serving as your mentor. I'm starting it off with a $7,500 investment in your project.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I love your boundless energy, and I'm going to add $2,000.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're phenomenal. I think your project is going to have tremendous impact. I'm in for $1,000.
Hey, I'm in for
Thank you.
$1,000 as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
You guys are amazing.
You guys are all awesome.
Listen, that's a total of $11,500 that you have been awarded. I took really good notes when you were asked the question about what would you want or need in a mentor. So I know we have work to do to get you access to more partners and new connections and partnerships. So I'm ready to get to work with you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're excited.
I'm excited to get this
So
started.
Congratulations.
Gabby and Olivia, I have the privilege and honor of being your mentor, and I'm going to award you $5,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, a beautiful presentation. Thank you so much. I'd love to support you for $2,000.
I also would like to join. I'm going to support you with $1,000.
For a grand total of $8,000. I am so thrilled to work with you. Congratulations, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Ashwin and Sark, I couldn't be more thrilled to be your mentor. I think you've identified a serious need in our community, in particular in Palm Beach County. And I think it's a very, very worthy program and initiative. I'm excited to also offer you $8,500.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to add $2,000 to your program as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Absolutely.
You guys did a great job. That's $10,500 towards your program. Can't be more excited to get started working with you. Congratulations again. Thank you.
Yasmin, we are so excited. We love what you're doing. And so much so, I am very proud to get to serve as your mentor. And I'm starting off with $5,500 to support your program.
Thank you. I'm so thrilled to support your program. So important for our community at $4,000.
Thank you.
Great job, Yasmin. I'm excited to participate too. I'm going to add $500 to your program.
Thank you so much, guys.
What you're doing is incredible for the people who will receive, incredible for you. And I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. I appreciate a lot for your help, guys.
Talia, I am so thrilled and honored to be your mentor. Your program will provide important tools to empower our next generation of women leaders like you. I'm going to be awarding you $7,000.
Thank you. Wow, it's very exciting.
I'd love to support you for $2,000.
I would love to support you at an additional $1,000.
Thank you.
I'll be making a big impact in these young women's lives, and I'm in for $1,000 as well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for your support.
Oh yeah, that is $11,000. I can't wait to work with you.
Congratulations, everyone. What a great job. Couldn't be more exciting to get started working with you. Well done, and congratulations.